Yo, what's up, Morris? It's been a while. I'm finally back after like 9 months. So, yeah. Today it's gonna be part three of What If Naruto Had a Strength. I want to say something real quick before we start the third part. Is that take a lot of the stuff from part two very lightly because I wanted to change the scripts up a bunch. Yeah, I would have rewritten part two, but I didn't want to. Yeah, so like things like what Naruto's personality is like, his relationship with some people, and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get right into the video.
Many hours had passed and there was no sign of Team 7 Sensei. Sasuke had stayed silent the whole time, but the irritation was showing on his face. Sakura seemed to be boiling with anger. Naruto was laying on his desk, keeping his senses open in case he spotted their sensei. 1 hour had passed and Naruto sensed the Jonin level chakra signature heading their way. This was his chance for payback. He quickly got up, picked up the whiteboard eraser and put it on top of the door ledge. So doing what he did in the original. You idiots, Sasuke would mumble. Our teacher's a Jonin and the least ninja. You really think you'll fall for something like that? Yeah, Sasuke is right, Sakura would say, siding with Sasuke because she's a fangirl. As though to counter the statement, Kakashi would walk through the door and the eraser would just boop on his head, like drop on his head. Naruto and Sakura would like start to chuckle slightly, while Sasuke would be wondering if this guy was actually a Jonin. Kakashi would pick up the eraser and then say,
My first impression of this group, you're a bunch of idiots.
Hit me on the roof, right? And he would vanish into a swirl of leaves. Seeing the sudden disappearance, the three would rush out the door, heading towards the roof. As the three Genin arrived, Kakashi would look up from close his book and motion for them to sit down. Kakashi would then speak in his ever lazy tone. You can introduce yourselves now. You start, Pinky. Sakura would snarl at the nickname. Why don't you go first, Sensei? Kakashi would point at himself. Kakashi would point a finger at himself and be like, Me? I'm Kakashi Hatake. Things I like, things I hate. I don't feel like telling you that. My dreams for the future? Never really thought about it. As for my hobbies, I got some very interesting hobbies. He would then nod to her Sakura like telling her to go. All three of the Genin would sigh inwardly. All we learned was his name, they would think. Sakura would then speak. My name is Sakura Haruno. I like training. I know she do like the looking at Sasuke thing. The things I hate are Ino and Naruto. And my dreams for the future is to surpass Lady Tsunade. Okay, this is just, mix things up a bit, not make Sakura useless. Just add stuff in. You next, Emo. Sasuke would flinch at the nickname. And Sasuke would just say the same thing he did in the original, wanting to kill Itachi, restore his family, whatever. Lastly, the blondie. Naruto would just ignore the insults or the statements and answer. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. I like ramen, pulling pranks around the village, and make out paradise. This would slightly make Kakashi's eyebrows rise up. I dislike people who think they're better than others. Naruto would look in the direction of Sasuke, and my dream is to be acknowledged. So this is just taking away the Hokage dream a little bit. It's not he's still part of his dreams, but it's not the main dream anymore. Kakashi would simply nod. Well, and then he would tell them about the 66% failure rate, right? Thing. And then he would continue on. We will do a test tomorrow. Meet me at the designated training area at 7 a.m. and don't eat breakfast. You will puke. Bye. Kakashi would then disappear, leaving the three Genins to themselves. Now that we're a team, would you all want to go for some food? Naruto would ask his teammates. I've only just become Genin, Sasuke would say. Yeah, why waste my time now? He would scowl, walking away. Sorry, Naruto, I have some work to do, Sakura would whisper, walking towards her house. Naruto would just shrug his shoulders and just head home. While head to Ichiraku, eat some ramen and head home. He didn't feel like training today, he just wanted to chill. So yeah, they just head home and relax. So as Naruto wakes up the next day, Naruto awoke from his slumber. His mental alarm clock told him it was 5 a.m. He got up, changed his clothes, creates the shadow clone to stay at home. which is something he always does to add to his training regimens. So he created the Shadow Clone and left it to do a few chakra control exercises. It would stand on top of the roof of the house with a rock, trying to keep a rock on its head. Since the rock has what is it called, jagged edges, it would be harder to keep stuck than a leaf. So this was like one of his chakra training exercises that he left a clone to do. He then headed out. He was going to do he was gonna do a little training before he left. He did 10 laps around the village as a warm up. He then arrived at the abandoned training ground he'd been using for years. He pulled down his new ninja headband and created 50 shadow clones that dashed towards him instantly. So this is an exercise that helps Naruto build his instincts by only being allowed to dodge the clone's attacks, no attacking back, only that, using his sense of smell and hearing. Naruto easily dodged the clone's attacks. His movements were so fluid he seems to dance with the wind. He continued to do this for 1 hour. After that, he sparred against 3 reinforced shadow clones for 2 hours. Once he finished his training, he headed home to chill, He knew Kakashi would be late, so he didn't bother leaving until 2 hours later. Once some time had gone by, he ate 5 boiled eggs for breakfast, very basic, and headed out once more. And keep in mind, the clone is still training in the house. Naruto and Kakashi would arrive at very similar times, and they would find irritated Sasuke and Sakura. Why the hell are both of you late? Kakashi would Sakura would say, and Kakashi would just simply make an excuse, and Naruto would just say he slept in. Sakura would be barely holding herself from punching the two. Well, she thinks she can punch them, but if they really wanted to, they could just dodge out of the way, right? Kakashi would then proceed to explain the bell tests, and Sakura, being the 5-head as usual, would point out that there are only 2 bells, and while there are 3 of them, Kakashi would then respond with only 2 of them are gonna pass. And right away, this was a red flag for Naruto. He was doubting the statement that Kakashi just said. There's no such thing as a squad with only 2 Genin and 1 Jonin Sensei. If he's lying about needing to get the bells, then what's the true objective of the tests? What do you think, Kurama? He would say, directing the thought to Kurama. I think you should pay attention. He would say, begin, Kakashi would say, causing Sasuke and Sakura to dive into the shrubs. At least they understand to hide, he thought, before seeing the blonde out in the open. You and me, right now, fair and square, Naruto stated confidently. The fight will go exactly according to canon. Naruto fighting out for a bit, but he doesn't create shadow clones, and he would eventually get 1,000 years of death into the scene that they're next to, the pond that they're next to. Naruto would then be getting out of the lake he got, the pond he got 1,000 years of death into, and he'd be like, I can't get a bell even if I went all out. So getting beat up would help convince my teammates that we need to work together. He quickly got out of the lake, rolled into the forest next to him, and used a futon jutsu to dry himself off. He then dashed to the direction the Emo and Pinky were hiding. He knew both of them would be together. Well, he knew Sasuke would have gone somewhere, and Sakura would have tried to follow him, right? So I have an idea, he would declare, starting his 2 teammates. When he get here, Uchiha would inwardly scowl. As you saw, fighting individually doesn't work against him. I think we'd have a better chance if we work together. What makes you believe we're on the same level, dead blasts? That's why I'm asking you. Since you're clearly stronger than me, I need your assistance, Naruto would say, knowing he has to play towards the Uchiha's pride. If we work together, who gets the bells? That Pinky would ask. You and Sasuke can have them. Now listen to my plan. The blonde walked out of the shrub and pointed at Kakashi. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, and I'm gonna beat you. I'm Kakashi Hatake, and I think I'm gonna keep reading, Kakashi would yawn, his face buried in his book. Naruto cracked his fingers, making a plus sign using his each hand's index and middle finger, sending 10 shadow clones in Kakashi's direction. Shadow clones, huh? Impressive. Kakashi stood in place below board. All the shadow clones surrounded Kakashi and began to fight him. The shadow clones were quickly dispatched of. The blonde then made 10 more shadow clones, lunging at the Cyclops. The clones then yelled out Harem Jutsu, and now the girl turns girls of different sizes. Would jump onto Kakashi. Kakashi instantly froze up. He had no idea what was going on. Wait, what was he gonna do? What a powerful jutsu this boy just used. Sakura would then see the opening and set off the trap she created. She had created tens of shuriken would soar towards the nose-bleeding Kakashi. As the shuriken arrived at their destination, the clones would disappear. Kakashi would snap out of his daze, the shuriken connecting with Kakashi, who turned into a log. Because, ninjas always carry a log on them. He then appeared behind Sakura. Don't let your opponent get behind you. Sakura would notice Kakashi and throw down a smoke bomb. He then heard it. Kakashi jumped upward, impressed by this group's teamwork. Before finishing his thoughts, Naruto's foot connected with their sensei's back, launching him a few feet forward. The Cyclops simply backflipped, landing safely on the ground, and instantly dashed to the airborne blonde. As he struck Naruto, he burst into a cloud of white smoke. Before he finished, Sasuke appeared from behind the smoke, sending a spiraling kick into Kakashi's jaw, sending the sensei to the ground. This team really does have some good teamwork, he thought, getting ready to attack again, but he couldn't move his feet. He looked down, seeing his feet are frozen. He had stood still for 1 second too long. So practically what this is the Harano clan supposedly actually has a Kake Genkai, which is frost release, and this might not be true, it might be, so I just want to put it in here to make Sakura a bit more useful. Naruto would then slip by Kakashi and grab the two bells, throwing Sasuke and Sakura the bells. So Naruto at this point had already figured out that the point of the test was teamwork. He knew that there was no chance of 3 getting beaten a jonin, especially one like Kakashi, who was feared among the nations. So he just had realized, he had to beat it. So the days would go on, and Team 7 would be taking the D-rank missions. And yeah, and Naruto would just be extra useless during these missions. So during the time when they were about to get another mission, Naruto would then, generally being bored at this point, will have an outburst. Hey Gigi, can we get a higher rank mission? These D-rank missions are a waste of my talents, Naruto complained. Talk to the Hokage with more respect. The Pink Banshee and Iruka would yell at the same time. The third simply chuckled. He believed Naruto wasn't ready for a higher rank mission. He had been informed that Naruto was not competent during any of the D-rank missions. This made Sarutobi wonder whether the Mizuki incident was the doing of the Nine Tails. Maybe the Nine Tails had taken over Naruto's body. This might be a problem. Hiruzen looked towards Kakashi, who nodded, implicating the scene was ready for a higher rank mission. Now, if you're wondering why Kakashi would say yes, they're ready, the reason is there are actually 2 important reasons. One, Sakura would be more useful now, having a Kake Genkai. The team's overall power would increase, and the utility would also increase. Plus, Naruto's, special jutsus can defeat anyone, even Kage level fighters, even worked on Kage, so yeah, it's pretty strong jutsu. Suddenly, the door would burst open, a drunk Tazuna walking him. Where's the team I asked for, Hokage? I've been waiting for a week now. Yes, Tazuna, they are right here, the Hokage would say, waving towards the 3 Genin. What? A bunch of snot-nosed brats? A bunch of snot-nosed brats. Am I to believe they're real ninja? Look at the one with the funny face, and the short one with the funny face. I'm pretty sure he couldn't even use chakra. Naruto then look around. He's doing the same thing he did originally. He's wait, who's the short one with the funny face? And then they realize it's him, and he would try to run at Tazuna, try to beat him up. You paid for a C rank mission, and this is what you get, Hiruzen would say. And Tazuna will just nod, he's not gonna try to square up with the Hokage or anything. He leaves tomorrow.